A big scare for parents after a man clearly intoxicated makes it into a classroom at Pine Creek High School. We're digging into how something like this could happen.
Someone who has been accused of rape, like so many women, is performing in our town.
And a Huxtable in hot water. Battle comedian Bill Cosby is performing in Colorado this weekend, but not without protests.
Now, News 5 Investigates Weekend.
Thanks for waking up with News 5 Today Weekend. It's Saturday, January 17th. I'm Greg DeGrando. Protesters were out in full force last night in Pueblo. More than a dozen people gathered outside of Memorial Hall to raise their voices against comedian Bill Cosby, who performed there last night. Cosby at the center of controversy, accused of sexually assaulting several women. News 5's Maddie Garrett has more on what the protesters were trying to get accomplished.
It just disgusts me.
Rape is not a joke!
Someone who has been accused of rape, like so many women, is performing in our town.
Anger,
Go home, Bill!
and frustration
He should just cancel. He should have the courtesy to cancel, but I don't know why I'm talking about courtesy.
from a former fan.
We all grew up with the Cosby Show. We all saw him as a father. We all watched his stand-up. We all watched Fat Albert. And it's just devastating.
She spent $150 on 2 tickets,
I did, because I loved Bill Cosby.
all down the drain.
I have tried all day and all day yesterday to give them to somebody, anybody who would enjoy his performance, and I can't find anybody in the city of Pueblo who would take 2 free tickets.
But as some ticket holders still file in to see the show,
Does Pueblo believe the women?
the protesters hope their message is heard.
We wanted to support not only the women in the Cosby case, but also women that have been victims of rape in general.
Because this isn't just about Cosby.
We also have to change the male, thinking. When Rush Limbaugh says no sometimes means yes, we've got to change that.
It's about a culture in which only 1/3 of rapes are ever reported.
And there's many reasons why people don't come forward, many personal reasons, and it's mostly because of victim blaming and embarrassment. So it's completely understandable that people don't come out until years after.
We believe the women!
Maddie Garrett, News 5 Investigates.
Now, our cameras were not allowed inside the show, but we're told there was a standing ovation and no hecklers. Now, most of the claims against Cosby fall outside of civil and criminal statutes of limitations. However, earlier this week, model Chloe Goins came forward saying Cosby drugged and sexually abused her at a party at the Playboy Mansion back in 2008. That may fall within the time period where Cosby could actually be charged. Cosby's attorney has issued a statement saying he has evidence which, quote, conclusively establishes Cosby's whereabouts during the time period. The attorney says he will be giving the evidence over to authorities. Cosby's next show is tonight in Denver at the Buell Theater, and we've learned refunds will be available for that show. Denver City Council has gotten involved in the controversy there. While not blocking this show, one council member abstained from voting on an incentives contract for the concert's promoter, AEG. AEG says more than 3,000 tickets have been sold for both the 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock shows tonight. Developing this morning, a Colorado Springs man is in the hospital after shooting himself in the leg overnight. Police were already looking for 28-year-old Aaron Bratz near the 2900 block of North Tejon when he came outside of a home, ran and then fell, causing a handgun to go off. After the shooting, police say the suspect went back into the house but eventually surrendered without incident. Police say he suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was arrested on several warrants involving drugs, weapons, and theft. It's been nearly 2 years now since Palmer Lake could actually be considered a lake. It's just been sitting there all dried up for now, but now efforts to get it refilled are underway. As we've uncovered, the town of Monument is trying to keep it from happening. The dispute is about to head to state water court. That's if Palmer Lake and Monument can't come to an agreement before February 3rd. A committee called Awake Palmer Lake is spearheading the effort to get the lake refilled. They plan to attend Monument's town council meeting on Tuesday.
We're asking Monument Town Council to get it away from the lawyers. It's very expensive both for the town of Monument and the town of Palmer Lake to pursue this.
We tried to find out why Monument objects, but because of current litigation, nobody we reached out to was able to comment. News 5 Investigates has uncovered a Pueblo man who claimed to be a Navy SEAL was lying the entire time. Some veterans are up in arms after learning he's receiving free housing assistance on your dime. Last year, we introduced you to Tim Johnson, a veteran who moved into an apartment paid for through a housing assistance program under the nonprofit Posada. Johnson told one of our reporters he was a SEAL. Soon after, the real Navy SEALs called us, and here's what they had to say.
And to me, it's...
I just look his name up in a database that lists every guy who has ever graduated any form of SEAL or underwater demolition team training in our 70-year history. There was no buddy by that name listed as ever being a Navy SEAL.
We confronted Johnson about his military status. He admitted he should have never represented himself as a SEAL and apologized. A man from Aurora has been sentenced for stealing thousands of dollars in recruitment bonuses from the Army. Prosecutors say while working for the Department of Defense, 30-year-old J.C. Collier had current reserve soldiers fill out fraudulent forms indicating they had referred recruits, eventually collecting about $125,000 in recruitment bonuses. As part of a deal with prosecutors, he pleaded guilty to one count of wire fraud in the case. Collier will serve 6 months of home detention, 5 months of probation, and must perform 30 hours of community service. Mike Daniels in First Alert 5.
Good morning. I'm going to keep wind in your forecast here for at least the next several hours. At 9 o'clock this morning, winds in Pueblo at 7 miles per hour. Still pretty strong in the Springs at 16, 19 in Canyon City. Those are sustained winds with gusts even higher than that. But the strongest wind by far out across the far eastern border counties. Could see blowing dust across those areas. Wind really starts to taper down after the lunch hour across most parts of the I-25 corridor, but still howling out across the plains. By mid-afternoon today, wind's really not a problem anywhere across Colorado Springs, Pueblo, or Fremont County, and even dying off across the far eastern border counties. Temperatures today cooler. Yesterday we hit 50 in the Springs. Today a high of 47 degrees, mainly 40s across the Pikes Peak region. Ellicott later today a high of 46 degrees. Pueblo County, Fremont County afternoon highs topping out into the 50s today. You were in the 60s yesterday, and across the rest of southeastern Colorado temperatures mainly into the 50s, but not feeling that warm with the wind blowing. High mountain valleys topping out into the 20s and 37 at Alamosa. In Colorado Springs tomorrow a high of 54 degrees. Same on Monday. It's going to be colder by the middle part of the week with a chance of seeing some snow by Wednesday. And in Pueblo, your high on Sunday, 59 degrees. A mild start to the work week on Monday, but big changes rolling in by the middle part of next week. Flurries possible by Wednesday. Doesn't look like much, but certainly colder with highs backing down into the 30s. Woodland Park, Canyon City, windy today. Windy again on Sunday in Woodland Park. Then flurries possible by the middle part of next week.
All right, thanks, Mike. The U.S. Supreme Court says it will decide whether same-sex couples have a right to marry under the Constitution. Justices say they will review an appeals court ruling that upheld bans on the marriages in 4 states. 36 states, including Colorado, now allow same-sex marriages.
So incredibly important that the Supreme Court decide this issue, that it be decided once and for all, and that it apply to all 50 states of the Union.
It's so important the Supreme Court decide this issue once and for all. And the case will be argued in April. A decision is expected in late June. Some big political news in our state for you this morning. The Republican National Committee has announced one of 9 presidential primary debates will be held right here in Colorado. Specific details haven't been released yet, but the RNC says the Colorado debate will happen in October. The first debate is scheduled for Ohio. It'll happen in August. A week after the massacre in Paris, European authorities are fighting back, hitting alleged terrorist cells in France, Belgium, and Germany. Meanwhile, the U.S. is trying to mend fences after failing to send a top official to that massive anti-terrorism rally in Paris. NBC's Bill Neely reports from Belgium.
In Paris, where gunmen took 17 lives, John Kerry paid tribute to dead journalists, Jewish hostages and police, and offered emotional support to France and its president.
I really wanted to come here and share a hug with all of Paris.
France needs more than that. It's at war and on edge. This the response to a deranged man in a post office. In Belgium, the terror threat was real. Police killing 2 gunmen just back from Syria who were, say police, about to launch a major terrorist attack. They sifted through evidence today and arrested more suspects in a dozen raids. Police say they found 4 assault rifles here, explosives, police uniforms and radios. They'd been listening to the men's phone calls and say they would have been the prime target of the planned attack. In Germany, more raids and arrests. The 9/11 terrorists planned their attack in Germany, where police are now tracking hundreds of Islamic radicals. In Britain, security was stepped up outside synagogues and Jewish schools. The Prime Minister, with President Obama, talking tough.
The world is sickened by this terrorism, so we will not be standing alone in this fight. We know what we're up against.
John Kerry presented James Taylor to the French.
You got a friend.
Striking a sentimental chord at a time of deep national trauma.
U.S. officials say they were aware of the terror cell, and the U.S. is promising to share more expertise and intelligence with Europe. 3 more bodies have been recovered from the wreckage of the AirAsia plane in Indonesia. That brings the total to 51 bodies taken from the sea. The bodies are in the process of being identified so families can bury their loved ones. 162 people were aboard the flight to Singapore when the plane crashed into the Java Sea on December 28th. It's believed bad weather is what caused that crash. Meanwhile, Pope Francis is cutting his visit to the Philippines short because of an approaching tropical storm. The Pope traveled there to comfort survivors of last year's typhoon that left over 7 million people dead or missing. The Pope told crowds it was hard to find the right words when surrounded by so much pain. It's official, 2014 was the hottest year in the Earth's history. Who's to blame for the warm up? That's coming up next. And Mike has a look at the weather you're waking up to on this Saturday. And later in the show, the NCAA gives Joe Paterno back 112 wins, and we take you to Penn State, where the celebration is underway. Next, right here on News 5 Today Weekends.
Ava Eye Care wants to say thank you, Colorado Springs, for nominating us the best of the Springs. Top performance comes with clear vision, and Ava Eye Care takes pride in helping our patients see and look their very best.
Moms, we have our own joys and pains, our own experience, our own voice. We also have our own local website just for moms right here at the 719 area code. Visit my719moms.com today. Sponsored by Front Range Obstetrics and Gynecology.
At Hunter Douglas, we understand your passion for design. Expressing it your way is half the fun. From style to color to staying warm or keeping your cool. Our custom window fashions not only look beautiful, they're beautiful to live with. More than simply covering your windows, it's the art of window dressing.
Visit Heritage Wallpaper and Blinds, your Colorado Springs gallery showroom, northeast corner, Academy and Vickers.
Think you have the fastest internet? Think again. We're downloading an entire TV episode. You're going to go with CenturyLink, and we're going to go with Xfinity. You ready? Yep. Download.
This one's going faster. I'd say 3 or 4 times faster.
How do you feel about their speed now?
They're slow.
So this one's done. All right, I'm gonna go.
Not even a third of the way done.
Don't let CenturyLink slow you down. Get the Xfinity X1 double play from Comcast for $79.99 a month and lock in your rate for 2 years. See for yourself. Call or go online today.
Started my Camry. Drove to her wedding. Did not forever hold my peace.
The bold new Camry. One bold choice leads to another.
Lease Camry for just $199 per month, plus get $500 bonus cash, or get 1.9% APR plus $500 bonus cash.
Toyota, let's go places.
And I have a microphone. Oh! Ellen's got the moments that make you laugh and the stories that move you. Surprise! Plus the biggest stars. Have a little fun with Ellen.
Weekdays at 3 p.m. only on KOAA5.
Ava Eye Care wants to say thank you, Colorado Springs, for nominating us the best of the Springs. Top performance comes with clear vision, and Ava Eye Care takes pride in helping our patients see and look their very best.
O'Brien's Carpet One has teamed up with News 5 to bring you your first Alert 5 forecast. It's the New Year's sale at O'Brien's Carpet One. Select flooring up to 50% off through January 31st.
Good morning. A lot of folks here in Colorado still amped up for the NFL playoff games this weekend, even though our Broncos, of course, not involved. On Friday at Foxborough, they had a mix of clouds and sunshine. Not as nice tomorrow for the game. Cloudy skies, it'll be breezy. Kickoff temperature of 44, which is nice temperature-wise, but a very good chance of seeing rain during the game. All right, here in Colorado Stormcast, we start at 9:30. Lots of blue sky and sunshine, but the wind continues at 9:30. Winds from 5 to 15 and even 20 miles per hour across our area. As we work into the afternoon hours, still lots of sunshine around here, and the wind starts to die off during the afternoon hours. Let me show you that wind forecast map at 9 o'clock. We're still going to see winds from 7 to 16 and 19 miles per hour for Colorado Springs, Pueblo, and Canyon City. Those are sustained winds, gusts even higher across the area. By far the strongest winds out across the far eastern plains. They could see gusts over 40 and 45 miles per hour, creating blowing dust across those areas. By the lunch hour, the wind starts to taper down for El Paso County, Pueblo County, and Fremont County. Still blazing, though, out across the far eastern plains. By mid-afternoon, the wind inconsequential here across our area and finally starting to die down out near the Kansas border after sunset. Temperature-wise, it is going to be a little cooler here across the El Paso County area. We're talking about highs into the 40s. The high on Friday in the Springs was 50 degrees, so 47 still not a bad deal, but again with that wind blowing this morning, certainly bundle up if you have to go out. Monument a high today of 42, Briargate and Falcon highs of 45 degrees, and on Fort Carson an afternoon high of 49 degrees. Across Pueblo County, Fremont County, back into Custer County, afternoon highs significantly cooler. 40s for some of the foothill locations west of Pueblo. Canyon City an afternoon high of 54, Pueblo West a high of 55 degrees, and across the rest of southeastern Colorado, temperatures not bad. Those don't look bad, highs into the 50s, but again, you factor in that wind gusting over 40 miles per hour out across the eastern plains. It is going to be a real brisk day. Higher elevations, upper 20s. There's been a little bit of light snow up across the higher elevations, the high mountain passes, so if you have to travel westbound, certainly expect some travel delays across the area and across the western slope. Afternoon high temperatures topping out into the 40s. All right, here's that extended forecast on Sunday. Nice day in Colorado Springs. We'll have a few high thin clouds. Once again, the wind not as gusty. We'll top out at 54 degrees. On Monday, a nice mild start to the work week with dry skies, but then some big changes coming in by the middle part of next week. On Wednesday, a good chance of seeing some snow, mainly across the higher elevations. We could see a few flurries drift off the higher elevations across El Paso County on Wednesday. That storm's still a long way off. Significantly colder, though, as highs drop back into the 30s by the middle part of next week. And in Pueblo, your Sunday high 59 degrees. Nice on Monday, not a bad day Tuesday, but a cold front comes in, bringing in colder air by the middle part of next week. If you see any snow at all, just a few passing flurries possible across the Pueblo area on Wednesday. And for Canyon City and Woodland Park, not as windy tomorrow in Canyon City, but it'll be another gusty day up across the higher elevations of Woodland Park and Teller County. Highs of 47 in Woodland Park tomorrow. 59 degrees in Canyon City to wrap up the weekend. Mild on Monday, then some pretty big changes moving in by the middle part of the week. Afternoon highs only in the 20s and 30s for Wednesday for Woodland Park and Canyon City. Best chance of seeing snow will be up across the higher elevations.
Well, it's official. Both NASA and NOAA agree 2014 was the warmest year our planet has seen in recorded history. The bad news, it's only getting hotter. The impact of this can mean droughts and rising water from melted glaciers and ice sheets. Scientists blame us, saying greenhouse gases are driving temperatures higher and higher. With John Fox out, rumors are flying all over the place on what's next for the Broncos, who the latest coach to have their name thrown into the ring. Next on News 5 Today Weekend.
Hey, it's Bob again. Stop throwing your money away. And remember to shop smart, shop wise, shop Bob's Discount Mattresses.
Bob's got it.
Locally owned and operated.
Bob's got it.
Stop by today at one of our 3 locations.
What defines 40 years of smiles? Is it the millions of lives we've changed? Or is it a single beautiful new smile created in just one day at a price that doesn't seem possible? For same-day dentures, extractions, and implants, call 1-800-DENTURE or go to affordabledentures.com for valuable coupons. After 40 years and millions of smiles, the most important smile awaits. Your smile.
Range Rover Sport. Land Rover, above and beyond.
At Colorado Springs Dodge, we're having our first sale of 2015. It's bigger and better than ever, and it's going on now. Come get great Deal and Doug deals. Purchase a new Dodge Dart for only $189 a month. That's right, it's a purchase, not a lease. Up to $12,000 off new Ram truck, plus 0% financing. All credit ups accepted, and we need your trade no matter what you owe. You can count on Colorado Springs Dodge to give you the best deal anywhere. And remember, I'll meet or beat any bonafide deal, or I'll give you the car.
I want you to know stuff I don't.
I want you to be kind.
I want you to be smart. Super smart.
I want one thing in a doctor.
I want you to be handsome.
I want you to be awesome. I don't want you to look at the chart before you say hi. David?
I want you to return my emails.
I want you to keep me doing this for another 60 years.
At Kaiser Permanente, we want you to choose the doctor that's right for you. Find your perfect match at kp.org and thrive.
You won't have to talk to the insurance company again about your injuries. When you hire McDivitt Law Firm, we talk to them for you. Being injured in an accident disrupts everything about your life. It's time to have someone working with you and deal with the insurance companies for you. At McDivitt Law Firm, you get a team of attorneys and specialists focused on you, your case, and a settlement you deserve. You pay us no fee until we collect money for you. Go to McDivittLaw.com or call 800-800-8543 today. Let's work together.
Stop by Bob's Discount Mattresses for our warehouse clearance sale.
Bob's got it.
The perfect sleeper, regularly priced at $9.99, now only $6.99. Hurry in, because when they're gone, they're gone. Stop by today at one of our 3 locations.
Bob's got it.
Good morning. You know, it took John Fox 4 days to become the new head coach of the Chicago Bears, which kind of makes you wonder which side saw the split coming before the Broncos did. Either way, Broncos are moving on. We still don't really know which direction Denver is going. That being said, all signs do point to Gary Kubiak coming back to Denver. Kubiak's scheduled to interview with the Broncos on Sunday. Serving as the current Ravens offensive coordinator, he said he had no desire to be a head coach again. That was before the Broncos announced that they needed a new one. Kubiak, the former Bronco backup, and more famously the offensive coordinator with the team for 10 years, helping them to win their only 2 Super Bowl trophies. You know, no question, it's been tough sledding for Colorado College hockey this season, but things are starting to turn around on the ice, and last night, a big night for them to take a big step, taking on nationally ranked Nebraska Omaha at World Arena. Down 2-1 in the second period, the offense got going. Hunter Fegis in front of the net. He'll light the lamp for the Tigers to tie the game at 2. Into the third period we would go. Still tied, Tigers on the power play. Redirect out in front. Somehow Sam Rothstein just bats it home, and they'll take a 3-2 lead. Later in the game, Fegis with the loose puck all alone on the boards, and watch him move. Cuts it up, back inside, goes top shelf, and the Tigers take a 4-2 lead. But now the important thing, inside of 10 minutes, they've got to kill time. Omaha got another goal, but Cece kept them out of their goal. And they finish off with a huge 4-3 win over nationally ranked Nebraska Omaha last night. Air Force and Army last night at the Fieldhouse on the grounds, tied at 2. Tyler Ledford on the left side. He finishes it off for the boys in blue, and they take a 3-2 lead over Army. Check the replay as he goes 5-hole on 35 right there. That's how you finish it. Third period, Tyler Demers, not to be denied, in front, and he finishes with his third of the night. That's a 4-3 Falcons win. Demers with a hat trick, and they get the big win over Army. That's the third straight for the boys in blue. You know, most referees are fairly anonymous in pretty much whatever sport they're in. Even the biggest ones could probably still walk around town and really not be noticed. Well, much of that changed for Colorado Springs native Greg Burks after Monday night. He was the head referee for the national championship game and was seen all over the country in millions of households. That was the final game for Burks as he would work as a referee. He's hanging him up to become the supervisor of officials for the Mountain West. He's certain he'll miss working games, but he's also certain this was the right time to walk away.
I quit doing basketball about 5 years ago, and it took me 2 years, especially tournament time. Boy, it was tough to watch other guys referee when I thought I could do it. But everybody's got to come off the field at some point. You know, you want to stay out there forever, but you know you can't. And the opportunity to take what I've learned, give that to other people, help them grow, watch them have successes in their careers, I think it'll fill that void, and I'll be all right.
This season.
Burks actually landed the national championship game because he graded out the highest other Big 12 refs because the Big 12 was not represented in the game. That is it for now. Greg Smith will have much more with you coming up at 5:30 and 10 and have the latest on the Broncos coaching search. We'll see you then.
As you can hear, lots of excitement at Penn State after 112 wins stripped from former head coach Joe Paterno were reinstated Friday. Hundreds of students chanted and released 112 balloons during a pep rally. This move puts Paterno back on top as the winningest coach in college football history. Penn State was stripped of the wins after the Jerry Sandusky child molestation scandal was revealed. News 5 Today Weekend. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Why not start the new year off with new decor and furniture for your place of business? Check out this Bentwood L-shaped desk for only $2.99, or this modular home office set with pieces starting at $149, or this Mocha office collection starting at $548, with the lowest prices anytime, anywhere.
Your family, your kids, your work. Don't you already have enough on your plate? And then it's a new year, and that means it's tax time.
Hi, I'm Kathy Vilkus, and if I'm not your tax lady already, this is the reason I should be.
Your tax lady does individual tax returns efficiently, inexpensively, and deals with the IRS so you don't have to.
Get back to what you do best. Let your tax lady do the rest.
Call your tax lady for a free consultation today.
Did you know that Pueblo has an entire store dedicated to cheese? It's called Springside Cheese, and it is heaven. I'm talking about beer cheddar, jalapeno pepper jack, bacon Colby, and green chili cheese curds. Now I've got your attention. So if you're looking for a unique experience in the world of cheese, head down to Springside Cheese, downtown on 5th Street between Elizabeth and Greenwood.
Celebrate the return of football and score big points with our cheese curds and party platters. Springside Cheese, Pueblo's only artisan cheese shop.
$99 for carpet, hooray! $99 room sale. $99 for hardwood, okay. I'm getting new floors from Empire today.
It's Empire's $99 room sale. Flooring for $99 when you pay for padding and installation.
$99 at Empire today.
$99 room sale.
$99, it's true like they say. Empire can even install it next day.
Don't miss Empire's huge $99 room sale.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
It's the 2015 kickoff sales event at the Pharisee Boys Chrysler Jeep. Hundreds of new vehicles, Grand Cherokees, Wranglers, and more, priced to move. Brand new Chrysler 200s from $17,995, or new Jeep Cherokees from $19,995. Plus, current Chrysler Jeep and Dodge owners save even more this month with $1,000 owner loyalty bonus cash on several models. The savings are bigger and better than ever during the kickoff sales event at the Pharisee Boys Chrysler Jeep.
Our big factories are giving us huge discounts on special purchases. With over 1 million square feet of warehouse space and our own fleet of trucks, factories call us first when they need to move merchandise fast.
These are one-time purchases at huge discounts, and we're passing the savings on to you.
Now to a shocking revelation from a young man who wrote a bestseller claiming he died and went to heaven. Turns out it was all a lie. Here's NBC's Natalie Morales.
Alex Malarkey, the boy at the center of the best-selling book, The Boy Who Came Back from Heaven, now says he made up the entire story. The decision to pull the book comes after Malarkey wrote an open letter to Christian bookstores posted on the website Pulpit and Pen. Malarkey recanted his testimony about the afterlife, saying, "I did not die. I did not go to heaven. I said I went to heaven because I thought it would get me attention." Malarkey was paralyzed at the age of 6 after a car accident. He then spent 2 months in a coma. Shortly after, he co-authored the book with his father, Kevin. The book went on to sell 100,000 copies and spent time on the New York Times bestsellers list. The heavenly theme struck a chord with millions across America. A similar book, Heaven is for Real, made it all the way to the big screen last year. But it's Alex's book that has people talking this morning. Now a teen, he is asking for forgiveness, writing, "When I made the claims that I did, I had never read the Bible. People have profited from lies and continue to. They should read the Bible, which is enough. The Bible is the only source of truth. Anything written by man cannot be infallible."
That's Natalie Morales reporting there. Malarkey's publisher says the book and all related products are being taken out of print. Parents of the Pine Creek High School students sounding off after a school safety scare were questioning school officials how a drunk man made it into a classroom full of students. That's next on News 5 Today Weekend.
Did you know that Volkswagen is one of the best examples of German engineering?
A new Jetta, only $149 per month, or zero down and $199 per month.
You can't afford the best. Visit us online at bobpinkuspw.com.
Thank you, Colorado Springs, for voting American Classics Marketplace the best antique mall the last 10 years. With over 350 vendors, you'll be a winner too when you find your recently upcycled treasures at American Classics Marketplace.
Matt, it's great to have you on board here with Total Roofing.
Scott, I'm honored to be on board with the best roofer in Colorado. Wind, hail, I've seen it all. As a meteorologist, I know how weather affects life on the Front Range, and that's why I trust Total Roofing. Scott McIntyre's family-owned company is a top 100 roofing contractor right here in Colorado. Even a small leak can cause thousands of dollars of damage, from a hole in your roof to a whole new roof. Total Roofing's got you covered.
Eyeglass World asks, what do you look for when you buy glasses?
I like to mix it up, so I need bold styles, classic styles, and affordable prices. Having lots of choices and saving money is important. That's why I come to Eyeglass World.
Only Eyeglass World gives you 2 pairs for $78, so you can always afford more than 1 pair.
My glasses are part of my personal style. They're me.
Eyeglass World, glasses that make the difference, prices that make it possible.
Oh. Hey, Arky, our live broadcast is in 1 minute.
Whoa.
Okay, Arky, say more selection, more savings, ARC Thrift Stores.
More selection, more savings.
At ARC Thrift Stores.
Oh, more selection, more savings. ARC Thrift Stores. This Monday, January 19th, Martin Luther King Day, get 50% off most items at ARC.
More selection, more savings, ARC Thrift Stores.
It's the fun yoga for both parents and kids, and the friendly yoga everybody plays together. So sign up online and get your first class for free. Omtastic-yoga.com.
It's Omtastic.
Did you know that Volkswagen is one of the best examples of German engineering?
A new Jetta, only $149 per month, or zero down and $199 per month.
You can't afford the best. Visit us online at bobpinkuspw.com.
Colorado Springs Airport has teamed up with News 5 to bring you your first Alert 5 weather. Look before you book. Choose Colorado Springs Airport.
Thanks for waking up with News 5 Today Weekend. I'm Greg DeGrando. It's Saturday, January 17th. We start our second half hour with a quick look at our headlines. Comedian Bill Cosby is headed to Denver tonight for 2 shows at Buell Theater. This after his show in Pueblo last night was met with protesters. Angry, he took to the stage amid allegations of raping more than a dozen women. Ticketmaster is offering refunds to those who don't want to go to the show tonight. One man is in the hospital this morning after shooting himself in the leg. 28-year-old Aaron Bratz was being watched by Colorado Springs police near the 2900 block of North Tejon. Police say he came outside of a house, ran, and then fell, causing a handgun to go off. His injuries are not considered life-threatening. Bratz was arrested on several warrants involving drugs, weapons, and theft. The U.S. Supreme Court says it will decide whether same-sex couples have a right to marry under the Constitution. Justices say they will review an appeals court ruling that upheld bans on the marriages in 4 states. 36 states, including Colorado, now allow same-sex marriages. Student safety was called into question yesterday at Pine Creek High School after police say a drunken man made it inside the building and all the way into a classroom. News 5's Matt Pritchard dug into how something like this could happen.
It could have been deadly. Don't wait until we are burying our children because there was a flaw in the system.
Pine Creek High School parents are questioning their kids' safety tonight after a drunken man stumbled onto campus and into a classroom.
It's a major concern for us, and we are just very fortunate that this incident wasn't more serious. So we are fortunate now that we can turn our attention to making sure it doesn't happen again.
Springs police say 35-year-old Kelly Raftery made it past security and eventually sat down in a classroom full of kids. Now students noticed the intruder and told staff what was going on, and Raftery was arrested. But parents still aren't happy, knowing just how bad this could have been.
As a mom, it's very frightening. Their security, they swear by it, yet this man was able to walk in and make his way all the way into a classroom without anyone stopping him.
D20 wouldn't say how Raftery made it so far, but added they're taking a hard look at their protocol, saying if changes need to be made, they'll do it.
You know, all those pieces are still under investigation, but we will implement any changes that we deem necessary or that are recommended to us by the Colorado Springs Police Department.
That isn't good enough for some parents, though.
What do you mean if? Of course you need to make adjustments. A drunk 35-year-old man made his way into a high school for no reason, no business being there. Of course there needs to be adjustments. If is not a proper word. It needs to be now.
Concerns D20 says they understand and are looking into to make sure something like this doesn't happen again.
Can certainly understand that concern, can certainly understand their alarm, can certainly understand why they would question how this can happen. We have those questions too.
Matt Pritchard, News 5 Investigates.
Rafferty was served and released yesterday on misdemeanor charges of trespassing and interfering with staff and students of an educational facility. He was also arrested from the school on an outstanding traffic warrant that tied to a DUI and driving with an open container. Members of the Sandy Hook Advisory Commission are recommending sale and possession of firearms capable of firing more than 10 rounds without reloading be prohibited. They say that extra time provided, quote, priceless protection in the Sandy Hook shootings in 2012. The Sandy Hook Advisory Commission was formed in response to the 2012 shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School. 2 more commission meetings are scheduled, and the final report is expected to be released in February. A big debate continues this morning about how young is too young for kids to walk alone. A theory called free-range parenting is a rejection of the overprotective style of parenting. Free-range parents say it's a way for their kids to learn, quote, street smarts. The FBI's latest study shows more than 58,000 kids were abducted by non-relatives in 1 year. A mother in Denver has been sentenced to 12 years in prison for stabbing her 3-year-old son in the stomach. This is 22-year-old Stephanie Harwood. Police say she stabbed her son in a plan to frame an acquaintance. Harwood said a man had threatened her and her family, something police were unable to substantiate. Harwood's son was seriously injured but has since recovered. Weather outside on this Saturday morning. Lead forecaster Mike Daniels is here with First Alert 5.
Good morning. I'm going to keep wind in your forecast here for at least the next several hours. At 9 o'clock this morning, winds in Pueblo at 7 miles per hour. Still pretty strong in the Springs at 16, 19 in Canyon City. Those are sustained winds with gusts even higher than that. But the strongest wind by far out across the far eastern border counties. Could see blowing dust across those areas. Wind really starts to taper down after the lunch hour across most parts of the I-25 corridor, but still howling out across the plains. By mid-afternoon today, wind's really not a problem anywhere across Colorado Springs, Pueblo, or Fremont County, and even dying off across the far eastern border counties. Temperatures today cooler. Yesterday we hit 50 in the Springs. Today a high of 47 degrees, mainly 40s across the Pikes Peak region. Ellicott later today a high of 46 degrees. Pueblo County, Fremont County afternoon highs topping out into the 50s today. You were in the 60s yesterday, and across the rest of southeastern Colorado temperatures mainly into the 50s, but not feeling that warm with the wind blowing. High Mountain Valley is topping out into the 20s and 37 at Alamosa. In Colorado Springs tomorrow a high of 54 degrees. Same on Monday. It's going to be colder by the middle part of the week with a chance of seeing some snow by Wednesday. And in Pueblo, your high on Sunday, 59 degrees. A mild start to the work week on Monday, but big changes rolling in by the middle part of next week. Flurries possible by Wednesday. Doesn't look like much, but certainly colder with highs backing down into the 30s. Woodland Park, Canyon City, windy today. Windy again on Sunday in Woodland Park. Then flurries possible by the middle part of next week.
You've probably noticed those potholes are popping back up again. Road crews have been out in Colorado Springs the last few days working to patch up some of the holes, or in some cases small craters, following last week's cold snap. Workers say the extreme freeze-thaw process just destroys the hard work they put in this past summer, but it isn't unexpected. They say it's simply part of the process, and they just have to deal with it.
We wait for that storm every year. We made it through the first few relatively unscathed as far as potholes go, but this was the storm that we were waiting on, and they're really starting to pop now.
The city adds that drivers need to be aware of crews working on those potholes, slow down, and give them plenty of room to work. A 60-year-old man is wanted in Golden this morning after being accused of making hash oil in his home and causing an explosion. Leland Baker is charged with arson and processing or manufacturing marijuana or marijuana concentrate. The Gilpin County Sheriff's Department says the explosion happened back on November 30th. Authorities say Baker made it out of his house and was taken to a hospital with burns on his hands. One of Baker's dogs died in that explosion. We now know the name of a man killed in an explosion east of Erie Wednesday afternoon. The Weld County coroner says Ruben Camacho died of traumatic flash burns in the explosion from what is believed to be caused by a welding torch. Investigators believe Camacho was welding near a tank trailer and a spark ignited oil inside or near the tank. A second man suffered minor injuries. Great news for all you Chipotle fans out there this morning. You can get a free entree, but there's a catch. This Monday, if you order a tofu burrito or burrito bowl, you get a free entree on your next visit. You just have to bring in your receipt within 30 days. Chipotle began rolling out its tofu option nationally last February. Mike's back after the break with another look at your weather as you wake up on this Saturday morning. And later in the show, News 5's Greg Smith sits down with Air Force men's basketball coach. Hear what he has to say about the scuffle on the courts with Colorado State.
What does Borla's MRI mean to you? It means claustrophobia is a thing of the past. It means size is no longer a factor. It means you can be there for her. Oasis Borla's MRI, coming to Peak Medical Imaging in February 2015.
Our first sale of 2015 has begun. Check out DealAndDougAutos.com to see great Deal and Doug deals at all of my dealerships. Get quality pre-owned vehicles backed by my Deal and Doug Certified Advantage warranty. At DealAndDougAutos.com, you'll always find the best price, selection, and financing. Come check out the hot deal and deals at DealAndDougAutos.com. And remember,
nobody beats a Deal and Doug deal. Nobody. And if my grandpa can't meet or beat a bona fide deal, I'll give you the car.
Prospect for big savings at Armstrong Jewelers. We've uncovered a new vein of Black Hills gold. Your favorite jewelry is back. We have a few select pieces of 24-karat gold nugget jewelry. Beware of claim jumpers. Once they're gone, they're gone. Uncover one-of-a-kind pieces in our case of estate jewelry and closeouts with savings of 70%. And of course, we have diamonds. Some of the most beautiful pieces the earth has to offer. We have a mother load of great deals at Jack Armstrong Jewelers under the sign of the Revolving Diamond in downtown Pueblo.
There's a place where cardboard boxes become castles, laughter never ends, and everyday heroes chase monsters from under the bed. It's the place you call home, and it's the place we're proud to keep comfortable all year long.
At Mitchell Heating, we can install a Lennox customized comfort system that can help make your home more energy efficient.
Make the place you call home comfortable by calling my friends at Mitchell Heating today.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
This is the musical about a wedding. And this is the reception it gets every night. Mamma Mia, ABBA's greatest hits woven into the smash hit Broadway show about a daughter's dream, a mother's secret, and a trip down the aisle you'll never forget.
One night only, February 2nd at Pueblo Memorial Hall. Get your tickets by calling 295-7200.
Roll into the new year in a new Nissan. During Nissan's 2015 event, choose from 15 models with 0% financing for up to 60 months, plus up to $3,500 cash back, and get up to $1,000 bonus cash. But hurry, the excitement may last, but 0% on 15 models won't. Bonus cash ends January 19th. Shop at your local Nissan store or choose Nissan.com. Innovation that excites.
Premier Diagnostic Center is now Peak Medical Imaging. We're building a second location and are renaming ourselves to better reflect the community we serve. What hasn't changed is our easy scheduling and prices that are 30 to 60% less than hospital-affiliated imaging services. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Change starts here with you and News 5.
They say their cries for help are falling on deaf ears.
I can't get answers anywhere else, so I came to you.
After angry neighbors sounded off to News 5.
News 5 stepped in.
The News 5 Investigates team gets results every day, but it all starts with you. If you see wrongdoing or have something you'd like us to investigate, call or email investigates@koaa.com. Working with you. We are News 5 Investigates.
Good morning. It was a nice day in Seattle on Friday. A lot of folks, of course, looking forward to those NFL playoffs tomorrow, even though our Broncos not involved. Seattle, it's going to be a wet day tomorrow for that playoff game against the Packers. Showers in the mix and a kickoff temperature right around 50 degrees. Around here, it has been windy in most areas. Here's the reason why. A cold front has pushed across the area, that northwest flow behind the front, transporting those winds right down to the surface, and the wind is going to stick with us for at least the next several hours, tapering down during the afternoon. There's been some light snow across the northern and central mountains, a little bit of blowing to go along with that if you have to travel westbound over the divide here for at least the next several hours. Check the latest road reports and allow yourself some extra travel time. Sky conditions later this morning, still mostly sunny all across southeastern Colorado. There was no moisture for the front to work with. That's why we're still going to see sunshine throughout the day. Sunny skies during the afternoon, and by this evening, mostly clear skies around here. The wind, the big factor, especially out across the far southeastern plains. This is our wind forecast map at 9 a.m. Still winds sustained at 7 miles per hour in Pueblo, stronger in the Springs at 16 miles per hour, and even stronger across Canyon City and eastern Fremont County. Those are sustained winds, gusts a little higher than that. As we put this into motion, you can see the strongest winds by far out across the far eastern border counties. By the lunch hour, 12:30, winds really tapering down in Pueblo. Still a little breezy in the Springs and Canyon City as well. Some of those eastern border counties can expect winds from 40 to 45 miles per hour. Those will be those peak wind gusts, blowing dust and issue throughout the day out across the eastern border areas. By mid-afternoon, the wind really dies off across Colorado Springs, Pueblo, and eastern Fremont County. And even by late this afternoon, we're going to see those winds die off across the eastern plains as well. Temperature-wise, not quite as warm. We hit 50 degrees on Friday in Colorado Springs, so 47 later today for the afternoon high temperature. You can see mainly 40s across the Pikes Peak region. Fort Carson, you'll top out at 49. Monument, 42. Doesn't sound bad, but when you factor in the wind, it's going to feel a lot colder than that. So if you have to go out today, you'll certainly want to dress warmer. Temperatures across the Pueblo area, 10 to 12 degrees colder than what you had on Friday. The high in Pueblo on Friday, 66 degrees, a little taste of springtime. Temperatures on Saturday afternoon, later this afternoon, topping out into the 50s with 40s across some of the higher elevations. Out across the far southeastern plains, those temperatures don't look bad, but again, with that wind screaming 40 to 45 miles per hour, you're certainly going to feel a lot colder than that. Western slope temperatures later today topping out into the 40s. In Colorado Springs, the high today, 47. Tomorrow, a high of 54 degrees. We'll see more of those high, thin clouds tomorrow. High clouds, but no threat of precipitation across the area. Monday, a nice start to the work week, but that's not going to last. By Wednesday, snow possible. It's not looking like a huge storm by any means, but again, flurries possible. Certainly a lot colder, back into the 30s Wednesday and Thursday, warming up by next Friday. In Pueblo, the high later today, 54 degrees. Nice day on Sunday. You will see a few more clouds, but not as windy, 59 the high. Monday, a mild day. It'll be kind of a transitional day on Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, maybe a few passing snowflakes. Shouldn't amount to much, but cooling back into the 30s by Wednesday and Thursday. For Canyon City and Woodland Park, windy today, colder than what you had yesterday. Windy again in Woodland Park on Sunday. Then a mild start to Monday, maybe some flurries by the middle part of next week.
Changes could be on the way for the 2016 Olympics, not for the athletes, but the fans in the form of betting in Vegas. That's next on News 5 Today Weekend.
Ava Eye Care wants to say thank you, Colorado Springs, for nominating us the Best of the Springs. Top performance comes with clear vision, and Ava Eye Care takes pride in helping our patients see and look their very best.
Stop by Bob's Discount Mattresses for our warehouse clearance sale.
Bob's got it.
The perfect sleeper, regularly priced at $9.99, now only $6.99. Hurry in, because when they're gone, they're gone. Stop by today at one of our 3 locations.
Bob's got it.
1.25 million, 1 million, 2.4 million. Not only do I get the big settlements, but I get them fast. Not only do I get the settlements fast, but I get it easy. All you have to do is call. If you're in an accident, you call and you get paid. Simple as that. 1.25 million, 1 million, 2.4 million. I get the big settlements fast and easy.
Call 527-8000 or 544-8000 or go to fdazar.com.
Where do dinosaurs come from? Right here in Woodland Park.
The Dinosaur Resource Center has one of the most active paleontology labs in the world.
Since we display our own discoveries, you can see the premiere of our newest finds before they're shown in museums around the world. With exhibits always changing, you'll make new discoveries on every visit. Great for families, field trips, and parties. It's the most fun you can have this side of the Cretaceous.
Dinosaur Resource Center. A whole new species of fun.
I think health insurance costs me about half of what it used to. Personally, our family, I think we're saving about $14,000. Having this insurance provides peace of mind to me, and I wanted to be able to pass that on to my employees.
Wisconsin, birthplace of the hamburger, frozen custard capital of the world, and home to Culver's. Bacon Deluxe Chocolate Shake, that's our signature combination. Fresh, never frozen, seared Midwest beef, topped with hardwood smoked center cut bacon. Bacon makes everything better. Our shakes start with a premium vanilla custard. Then we add rich, thick chocolate, handcrafted right before your eyes. Bacon and chocolate, what could be better? Welcome to Delicious.
From a time when you were lost in love, Air Supply brings it all together again. Saturday, January 17th, Pikes Peak Center. Air Supply. Reserve seat tickets are on sale now. Buy tickets at the box office online at pikespeakcenter.com or call 520-SHOW. Air Supply.
Ava Eye Care wants to say thank you, Colorado Springs, for nominating us the best of the Springs. Top performance comes with clear vision, and Ava Eye Care takes pride in helping our patients see and look their very best.
Welcome into another edition of Falcons on 5. I'm here with men's basketball coach Dave Pilipovich. And, Coach, had a little scuffle the other nights on the court. What did you see? What did you think of the suspensions that came down because of it?
You know, two teams playing extremely hard, aggressive, sometimes emotions take over, and so it happened. You know, it happened, and probably in a tough place, too, right in the corner of their bench. You know, if it was out somewhere else on the floor, probably maybe less people involved. But anyway, it was handled properly. The Mountain West Conference and the NCAA, there are specific rules for things that happen and take place. So the suspensions will be taking place here this week with both players, and then we'll move on.
What did you tell your team after that? Because you want them to play with some passion, some fire, and some aggression. But what did you tell them after the game about kind of walking that line?
You know, play the right way is what we always talk about. We've got to play hard. We've got to be aggressive. You don't want someone to push you around, but yet you don't want to do anything that's, as you would say, maybe cheap or so in that manner. But I think both teams handled it well afterwards. A very competitive game down to the last minute, 30 seconds. So, appreciate how we responded after that.
You mentioned being competitive in the second half. That's something that you guys continue to do. It seems like you get kind of a spark at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have, what's kind of the reason behind this kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde first half, second half?
No, we got to figure it out. I think at first we come out and we try to see the lay of the land per se, and how's the game going, how can we attack, and maybe not as aggressive. Second half year, there are plus or minus. In those games, we've been a minus, and we've come out and we've known what we have to do and what we have to do better, and we've charged forward a little bit better. So we've got to maybe change our approach a little bit early in the game, tweak a few things, and try to not get so much in a deficit so we don't have to come back in the second half where we can maybe have a lead and play off of that.
Well, certainly if you guys can play like you have in the second half, in the first half as well, definitely seems like you guys can string together a bunch of conference wins.
Sure, and that's what we're hoping for.
All right. Thanks a lot for your time, Coach P. We'll see you next time on Falcons on 5.
Well, the 2016 Olympics aren't too far off, and fans might be able to do something they couldn't do before: bet on the games in Vegas. A casino operator and several sportbooks are asking Nevada gambling officials to allow betting on the games in Rio. They also want a change in the law that could allow bets on non-sporting events too, such as the Academy Awards. Betting on Olympic events was allowed years ago, but was changed to exclude any non-collegiate amateur events. A milestone in LA history on Friday night when Austin Rivers took to the court for the Clippers with his father, Doc Rivers, as coach. The Rivers are the first father-son duo to play and coach on the same team. Austin Rivers was brought to the Clippers in a 3-team deal on Thursday. Thanks for watching News 5 Today Weekend. We'll be right back.
Williams Log Cabin Furniture, carrying rustic log furniture, is now in Woodland Park. Now you can pay less and have timeless, one-of-a-kind handmade furniture that will last a lifetime. Built here in Colorado. Take the beautiful drive up Highway 24 to Williams Log Cabin Furniture.
Hi, I'm Kevin Hart, and I'm hosting SNL this week with musical guest Sia.
And I'm Adie Bryant, and I'm glad you're here.
Why are you shouting?
Oh, I thought we were shouting.
I'm not shouting.
Duh.
Watch a new SNL tonight here on NBC.
For 4 decades, the world's funniest people have come from this one stage. February 15th, comedy's biggest stars are coming home for a live television event. Saturday Night Live's 40th anniversary, Sunday, February 15th, here on NBC.
It's the 2015 kickoff sales event at the Pharisee Boys Chrysler Jeep. Hundreds of new vehicles, Grand Cherokees, Wranglers, and more, priced to move. Brand new Chrysler 200s from $17,995, or new Jeep Cherokees from $19,995. Plus, current Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge owners save even more this month with $1,000 owner loyalty bonus cash on several models. The savings are bigger and better than ever during the kickoff sales event at the Pharisee Boys Chrysler Jeep.
Some things are big, others are huge. Empire Today's $99 room sale is back. Get carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate for just $99 when you pay for padding and installation. Carpet for your bedroom, hardwood for the family room, laminate for the kitchen. Each $99 when you pay for padding and installation. This is the sale you've been waiting for. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. All he ever wanted in life was a room with a view. But he got too busy serving his country and his family to think about himself. When it was my turn to take care of him, I knew that Spanish Peaks Veterans Community Living Center in Walsenburg was the perfect choice. With golf and fishing in the area, he always has something to do. And the Level 4 ER Trauma Center next door really gives me peace of mind. But what really made the decision is that every room comes with a view.
Williams Log Cabin Furniture has unbeatable prices on rustic log furniture. Not only will you get unique Colorado lifestyle furniture that will last, our prices are lower than what you'll find anywhere else. Come for a visit. Take the beautiful drive up Highway 24 to Williams Log Cabin Furniture.
O'Brien's Carpet One has teamed up with News 5 to bring you your first Alert 5 forecast. It's the New Year's sale at O'Brien's Carpet One. Select flooring up to 50% off through January 31st. Change starts here with you and News 5.
They say their cries for help are falling on deaf ears.
I can't get answers anywhere else, so I came to you.
After angry neighbors sounded off to News 5.
News 5 stepped in.
The News 5 Investigates team gets results every day, but it all starts with you. If you see wrongdoing or have something you'd like us to investigate, call or email investigates@koaa.com. Working with you. We are News 5 Investigates.
Southern Colorado wakes up with News 5 Today and the Today Show only here on KOAA 5.
Well, your kids squirmy when it comes to getting shots? Well, they're not alone. These 3 lion cubs had their first round of vaccinations in Omaha at the Henry Dorley Zoo. The little guys were microchipped and received a wellness check. The cubs are now 7 weeks and a healthy 20 pounds. Cute little guys, aren't they? Remember, you can always get the latest local news all day long on KOAA.com. Be sure to join us for more local news tonight at 5:30 and 10. Thanks for watching News 5 Today Weekend.
Empire Roofing has teamed up with News 5 to bring you closed captioning. Call 591-9200 for your free estimate.
Have you had a chronic cough that just won't go away? Is your stuffy nose a cold, allergies, or a sinus problem? Let the board-certified allergists at William Storms Allergy Clinic evaluate your condition and get you on the road to recovery. Serving our community since 1975. Hurry
Hurry into Huberger Motors for a fantastic deal on a dependable Subaru. The 2015 Subaru Forester Sport Utility is fuel efficient, versatile, and perfect for all of your Colorado adventures. Take advantage of great rates on the all-wheel drive Subaru Forester, starting at $199 a month with as little as $1,400 down. Drive one now. Rates as low as 0.9%. 3 easy ways to shop in Motor City, online at BestBuySubaru.com, or call today for your quick, easy, no-hassle price. Courtesy delivery to home or office available.
Introducing the Storms Asthma Center. Find your asthma triggers and get a personalized treatment plan. The Storms Asthma Center can help with testing and treatment techniques not available anywhere else in Southern Colorado. For more information, call Storms Asthma Center today at 955-6000.
Get the News 5 app on your Android. Just search KOAA 5 in Google Play.
When you're up in outer space and searching for the greatest place where everyone's a friendly face, Astro Blast!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here is your crew. Sputnik, Haley, Radar, Jet, Sal, and Comet.
Astro Blast!
This is me, the first time I competed in the annual Zizmort Fun Fest Pajama Obstacle Course Countdown. I came in 5th.
Why is the photo so blurry?
I was doing the rocket bungee jump when I took it. See, there's the rocket, the bungee jump, and my pajamas. This is me the next year. I came in 4th. The next year, I came in 3rd place. And last year, I came in 2nd.
So you go every year and you never win?
No, he goes every year and he's getting better.
Yeah! So what makes this year any different?
I've been training really hard. I've been getting tons of sleep. And I asked Sputnik to make me an extra special smoothie of the day.
One Mergian Melon Smoothie, turbocharged.
Thanks, Sputnik. I'm feeling good. I am pumped. And this time, I'm coming in first. Going for the gold, if it's the last thing I do. Oh, sorry about that.
Have a great time.
Fuel?
Check.
Little blinky orange light?
Check.
Pajamas?
Check.
Good luck, Blanky.
Check.
I also tightened the launchers, refilled the Glark, and packed you a sandwich. You're cleared for takeoff!
Yay, Comet! Go Comet!
Goodbye. Let's try that again.
Yay, Comet! Go Comet!
Oh boy, it sounds like you flooded the engine.
You mean it's broken? I broke my space pod?
Ah, I knew something like this was going to happen.
But the annual Zizmort Fun Fest Pajama Obstacle Course Countdown starts in 1 hour. I've got to get there on time.
I can take a look-see under the hood, but I can't promise anything. Stay tuned.
Oh well, better luck next year.
Don't worry, I'll get there. After all, this is a space station. I bet there's a billion ways to get to Zizmort. I just have to figure something out. Forgot my blanket. Excuse me, sir. Are you heading anywhere near the annual Zizmort Fun Fest Pajama Obstacle Course Countdown?
Not really.
No problem. Miss, will you be heading anywhere near the annual Zizmort Fun Fest Pajama Obstacle Course Countdown?
Sorry, no.
That's okay. Sir, do you live anywhere near Zizmort? And could you give me a ride to the annual Zizmort Fun Fest Pajama Obstacle Course?
Afraid not.
No sweat. Sir, are you going to the annual Zizmort Fun Fest Pajama...
I live the opposite